What's up, Dog Pound? Everything good with y'all? We're bringing that heat back to the channel with the latest buzz around our Cleveland Browns. Today, we're diving headfirst into a hot topic that's got everybody talking: Myles Garrett. Our defensive monster just threw some serious shade at Aron Rodgers, now the quarterback for the Steelers, over the whole mandatory minicamp situation. Y'all ready for this? Let's get into it, because this one's hotter than Cleveland asphalt in the summer. Dog Pound, check this out. The news making waves right now is that our guy Myles Garrett, the edge that keeps quarterbacks up at night, dropped a slick little jab at Aron Rodgers, who's already stirring things up with his move to Pittsburgh. This all went down around the mandatory minicamp that kicked off on June 10th, 2025, and things are heating up fast. For those not in the loop, minicamp is that key moment before the season starts when teams lock in their plays, check who's really committed, and build that chemistry. So what happened? While Rodgers is out in Pittsburgh with all eyes on him, waiting to see how he'll perform, Myles Garrett threw some shade, basically hinting that Rodgers is more worried about the spotlight than putting in the grind. And let's be real, Dog Pound. When Myles talks, we listen, 'cause he's the guy who puts pressure on everyone. So what do y'all think? Is Myles right to call him out like that? Or is Rodgers gonna shut him up come week 1? Drop your takes in the comments. We want to know what's going through your minds. Let's keep it 100. Myles Garrett is the heart of this defense. The guy's a sack machine, and in 2024 he proved it once again. 14 sacks, 47 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and a league-leading 22 tackles for loss. And he did all that during a brutal 3-14 season, showing that even in tough times, Myles held it down. Now, with this little shot at Rodgers, he's showing he's not just about wrecking QBs on the field, he's also ready to stir the AFC. North rivalry pot, but it's more than just trash talk. Myles is sending a message. The Browns are coming into 2025 hungry, especially when it comes to the Steelers. We all know that rivalry runs deep, and with Rodgers on the other side now, that Week 1 game on September 7th at MetLife against the Jets is just the warm-up. The real battle, that first showdown with Pittsburgh, and Myles is hungry for sacks. Rodgers might just be the main course. On top of that, this move shows that Myles is stepping up even more as a true leader after signing that massive 4-year, $160 million extension, making him the highest-paid non-QB in the NFL. He's got the clout to speak out and fire up the squad. And with him flying off the edge, this D-line could be a serious problem for any offense. So what do y'all think, Dog Pound? Is Myles going to turn Rodgers into BBQ this season? Hit the comments and let's talk about it. Now let's talk about what's coming. The 2025 season is right around the corner, and the Browns are fired up to turn things around after a tough 2024. The defense, led by Myles, is sharper than ever. With him at the helm, the Browns' defensive line is one of the most feared in the league. Even in a rough year, we finished 2024 with the third best defense in yards allowed per game, an average of 312.5. That just shows that when Myles is in predator mode, nobody gets through easily. But Dog Pound, we all know the offense needs to click. The front office has been pulling strings, and new additions to the roster are bringing hope. In the draft, the Browns played it smart, picking up pieces to strengthen the O-line and give our QB better protection. Plus, the hiring of a new offensive coordinator is bringing fresh ideas to the playbook. The goal is clear: get the offense rolling to complement this insane defense. If the offense can stay consistent and avoid turnovers, we can absolutely dream of the playoffs. And listen, Myles' comment about Rodgers wasn't just shade, it was strategy. He's putting psychological pressure on the competition before the season even kicks off. That's a power move, Dog Pound. Myles is making it loud and clear. The Browns aren't here to play around. So what do you think, Dog Pound? Are you confident the offense will finally click in 2025? Or is the defense going to carry the team again? Drop your take. The Browns front office is going all in to rebuild this team. Extending Myles' absolute genius move to lock in our best player was just the beginning. They're also working hard to strengthen the roster. During free agency, we saw moves to add depth to the secondary and the receiving core. That's crucial because, as we saw in 2024, injuries can totally throw off the plan. Another smart play was re-signing some veteran defenders to keep the unit solid and stable. The front office knows our defense is our backbone, with Myles leading the charge, but they're not ignoring the offense either. Rumors are flying that they're trying to land a high-impact wide receiver before training camp. That would be a huge boost for a passing game that struggled at times last season. And there's more. Kevin Stefanski is still going strong as head coach. Even with a 3-14 record in 2024, he showed he can adjust in critical moments. The bet is that with a more balanced roster and Myles striking fear into opponents, we'll be back in the playoff race. So, Dog Pound, what do you think of the front? Office moves? Feeling good about Stefanski leading us to the postseason? Sound off in the comments, Dog Pound. You are the heart of this team. On social media, fans are going wild over Myles' jab at Rodgers. X is blowing up with fans posting memes and roasting the Steelers. One fan posted, "Myles Garrett is going to make Rodgers wish he stayed with the Jets." Another said, "This rivalry's hotter than ever. Browns are going to dominate in 2025. The energy is electric, and the fan base is showing they've got Myles' back 100%. But hey, we've also got some fans worried about the team's focus. A few posts on X said Myles needs to save his energy for the field and stop with the trash talk. I gotta disagree, Dog Pound. That kind of shade just shows our guy's got confidence and he's ready to lead. So what's up, Dog Pound? Are you discuss Team Myles in this beef, or do you think he should chill? Drop your take. We want to hear the noise from the fans. If we look back, this vibe from Myles throwing shade totally brings back the golden days of the Browns versus Steelers rivalry. Back in the 80s, those games were straight-up wars with defenses wrecking everything. Myles is channeling that same energy, and it's remember that 2020 playoff win against the Steelers, 28-24? That defense held it down, and Myles was a huge part of it. Now with him at the peak of his game, leading the league in tackles for loss and being the highest-paid non-QB, expectations are sky-high. When you stack him up with legends like Reggie White or Bruce Smith, it's clear he's in that elite tier of game changers. And let's be real, Dog Pound. If he keeps ballin' like this, 2025 could be the year he snags Defensive Player of the Year again. So what do y'all think? Is Myles ready to be the top defender in the NFL one more time? Let us know. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Week 1 versus the Jets on September 7th. All eyes are on that game. It's the first real test of 2025. Even though Rodgers won't be on the field, he's with the Steelers now. Myles' comments are already heating things up for when we do face Pittsburgh later on. Just picture Myles sacking Rodgers at Acrisure Stadium. That would be legendary. The key to 2025? Consistency. The defense is straight up flying, but the offense has got to show up. If we can find that balance, with Myles leading the charge, and the offense finally clicking, the Browns might just shock the league. And with the energy Myles is bringing right now, I'm telling you, 2025 might be our year. Dog Pound, are y'all hyped for Week 1? Think we're starting the season with a bang? Drop your thoughts. Dog Pound, what a wild update from Myles Garrett, right? Our guy is proving he's the king of defense, and the Browns are ready to make some serious noise in 2025. That rivalry with the Steelers, more alive than ever. We want to hear what you think. Was Myles right to throw that shade at Rodgers? How do you think this season will play out? Make some noise in the comments. We read everything. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any Cleveland Browns content. Share it with the Dog Pound fam. Together, we make this team even stronger. Catch you next time, Dog Pound, and let's go Browns.